Life is a series of habits. The kind of life we create depends on the kind of habits we choose to engage with the most. Today, we will talk about two foundations that will help us create healthy habits as we let go of old habits that have been holding us back. We will also work with an action meditation process to help us let go of unhealthy habits with greater ease. The first foundation to letting go of unhealthy habits is to look at the root of what is making us choose unhealthy habits in the first place. The mind is a type of supercomputer, and our thoughts are the different software that our supercomputer uses. In our present times, the supercomputer known as our mind has come to believe that it has one main objective, and that objective is to keep us safe. As a result, the mind became fixed and focused on using the small percentage of the brain that functions through primal software, which operates mostly on fear. Can you imagine what happens when a person moves through life making most of their decisions from a primal fear-based coping software? Of course you can imagine it because humanity has already been doing it for a long time. Throughout time, our supercomputer mind became so focused on the objective of keeping itself safe through primal coping patterns that it forgot to tap into the other 90% of itself, which actually operates on higher consciousness, flow, peace, creativity, and love. Imagine what life looks like when we can move through life making decisions from this empowered space of us choosing to tap into the other 90% part of the brain, which helps us tap into higher consciousness. Because the mind came to believe that its only objective is to keep itself safe, it conditioned itself to tap into the small percentage of the brain that operates in survival mode. The amazing news is, now that we know this, we can introduce gentle ways to help the mind remember how to tap into the software of higher consciousness, flow, peace, creativity, and love that has always been available to us in the other untapped 90% part of the brain. The number one disruptor of primal fear-based software is to meditate. Meditation is not about sitting on top of a mountain away from all civilization and having no thoughts. Meditation is simply about creating enough space between our true self, also known as the observer self or spirit, and the stream of thoughts we have been focusing on. When we create space between ourselves and our thoughts, we start to realize that we are not actually our thoughts. With this knowing, it becomes much easier for the mind to not get attached to survival-oriented thoughts we may have engaged with, and helps the mind embrace higher thoughts, habits, and behaviors that empower and help us align with the most expanded and liberated version of ourselves. So that was the first foundation. The second foundation to letting go of unhealthy habits is to be spontaneous and change our routine often. As mentioned earlier, the part of the mind most people have been operating in loves structure and routine. However, there's also another part of the mind, the untapped 90% of the mind, that actually thrives on change. The key is to show the 10% of our mind that has been operating in survival how much more safe it will be and how much more it will gain, grow, have, and receive when it allows itself to embrace and work with the other 90% of our mind. The way we can do this is to intentionally switch up our routine every day for at least 28 days. Neuroscience shows us that it takes 21 days to let go of an old habit, and it takes 28 days to adapt a new one. So let's try it out together. For the next 28 days, Let's switch up our routine, even if it's one small change every day. It could be changing the way we come home from work. It could be not watching the news today. It could be taking a break from social media. You choose. When we are intentional about changing our routine, we create variety in our lives. The more variety our mind has to choose from, the more flexible, open, and empowered it will be, and unhealthy habits that once held us back no longer have the pull or power that they used to over us. So this feels like a wonderful time to begin our action meditation process to help us let go of unhealthy habits with ease and grace. So let's close our eyes and take a deep breath in and gently exhale. Let's take another deep breath in, feeling yourself relaxing into this moment. And release. So go ahead and think about a habit that if you let go of it would greatly enhance and benefit your life. Simply see what comes up. Once you get clear on what that habit is, that habit that if you let go of it would greatly enhance and benefit your life, I invite you to thank that habit for doing its best to keep you safe and protected. Just speaking to that habit as if it's a dear friend. And let them know that you are grateful they kept you safe and protected the best way they know how. I invite you to think about how you would feel right now if this habit was no longer in your life. Would you feel happy, or would you feel a little empty and sad? Check in to see how you feel when you think about that habit no longer being part of your life. If you happen to experience a feeling or an emotion that's not feeling good to you, check in to see where you might be holding that feeling in your body. So if you're feeling empty, a lot of people feel that emptiness in their stomach area or in their heart. What does that feel like? Does it feel uncomfortable? Does it feel heavy? Just see how it feels for you when you think about no longer having that habit that was holding you back from living your greatest potential and your greatest life. By letting go of that habit that has been holding you back in any way, how does that feel? So some people will feel really happy and connected and free. But if you're feeling anything other than those things in a way that doesn't feel good, this is your opportunity to honor those feelings. And so let's sit with those emotions and feelings that your body is holding and carrying. Let's sit in that discomfort. And let's imagine ourselves holding that discomfort in our arms as if we were holding a 3-month-old baby. And through your embrace, just let that baby know that they are loved unconditionally. Let's just let them know that they are loved unconditionally, that they are safe in your arms. We would just sit in this space until we start noticing a softening occur. So if you feel some of that discomfort, some of that heaviness starts to get lighter, if you notice that it gets softer, a little more peace comes into your experience, this is the confirmation that lets you know that the healing has taken place, so that now you can come back to that peace. Now you can come back to your true self. By acknowledging the discomfort and feeling into it, that is us honoring and loving ourselves. That's all the mind ever wanted from us. It wanted us to show the body and the mind love and care. So when it receives these things from us, the mind is much more inclined to trust us and be on board with things that it may not have been used to up until now. So let's express deep gratitude, and if you're still feeling discomfort, just keep sitting with it until you feel a softening. And then once you feel the softening, let's express our gratitude for yourself, for your body, for speaking to you in that way, telling you where it's been holding energy that needed your love and attention. We're grateful for this experience. And so from here, imagine making decisions, imagine making choices from this relaxed, empowered state. You're much more open and available to choosing habits that serve you instead of habits that hold you back. So I invite you to watch this video and work with this process over the coming weeks. And if this video helped you in any way, please feel free to share it with your friends and soul tribe so that they too can receive the benefits from it. With that being said, I am so grateful for you. Until next time, have a wonderful day.